There was a king called Devashakti who was very frustrated on his son. His son was very lean and weak, and he grew leaner and weaker every day. Well known physicians from far off places could not cure him because there was a snake inside his stomach. The young prince was also frustrated to see his father sad for him, and he was fed up with his life. One night he crept outside the palace and went to another kingdom. He started living in a temple and ate whatever kind people offered him. This new kingdom was ruled by a king who had two young daughters. They were raised with the best of learning. Every morning they would go to temple to seek divine blessings. One day one of the daughters said,
"O Father, all the joys of the world is bestowed upon us with your blessings."
The other daughter said,
O king, one only gets the fruits that are destined for one's actions.
The comments of the second daughter made the king very angry. One day he called his ministers and said,
Let her enjoy the fruits that are destined for her actions. Take her and marry her off to anybody you meet outside the palace.
The ministers followed the king's order, and they saw the young prince who was living in the temple, and the two were married. Now, since they are married, it would be improper for them to live in a temple, so they decided to travel to other part of the country. On the way, the prince became tired and wanted to rest under the shade of a tree. He was getting weaker every day and could not walk long distances. Meanwhile, the princess decided to buy some food from a nearby market. When she returned, she was shocked. She couldn't believe what she just saw. She saw a snake emerging from her husband's mouth, and immediately another snake emerging from an ant hill nearby. She immediately hid herself to keep a watch. The snake from the ant hill said to the other,
Why do you torture this handsome prince? You risk your own life too. If he drinks the soup of cumin seed and mustard, you would die for sure.
The other snake said,
Okay, then why do you guard 2 pots of gold, which you do not have any need of? You risk your life too. If someone pours hot water and oil on the anthill, you would die for sure.
After a heated argument, they went inside their respective places, but the princess had already known their secrets. She immediately fed her husband with a soup of cumin seeds and mustard. Within hours, the young prince began to recover and regained much strength. After that, they poured hot water and oil on the anthill and dug out the 2 pots of gold that the snake was guarding. Now that the young prince had started recovering and they had 2 pots full of gold, they lived happily ever after.